You don't really know much about Halloween.
Hello and welcome to another unboxing video. I am your host Joel. I am one half of the Newlydeads, and if you're wondering who the Newlydeads are, please go to our website at thenewlydeads.com to find out more about what we do. We are content creators, we are physical and digital media artists, and all of the information you'd like to know about who we are, where to find us, and what we do is on that website. We have a lot of videos here on our YouTube channel, which obviously you've already found, and our goal in 2025 is to grow the channel. So please like, share, and subscribe. We'd like to, make this a little bigger. Not looking for anything crazy, but just a little bit of growth would be nice for the year. We have a TV show called Dollar Store Drive-In that is available on the 4 networks that I'm going to pop up on here right now. That is a half-hour chat show where we watch a film and then we talk about it. A lot of editing goes into that. It is also converted into a podcast on the next day. So if you would like to listen to it, if you're not able to actually watch it, you do have that option as well. But on this particular video, what I'm here to do today on this unboxing is to show you just some random pickups I had here over the past couple of months. It's been a while since I've been able to record, so I apologize for the delay. Obviously, there's not been any hiccups in the releases, so there's always been things that have been coming out on the channel, and I will continue to do so. But so this week is just a random smattering of Blu-rays that were recently picked up. So the first thing we have is Sundown, The Vampire in Retreat. This is from 1989. Basic plot of this is that vampires residing in a town where Sunscreen, a Van Helsing descendant, arrives, leading to humorous situations as their paths intersect. This is directed by Anthony Hickox, who is known for Waxwork 1 and Waxwork 2, Lost in Time. As well as Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. That is the one I actually saw in the theater with the CD shooting Cenobite, which is a fascinating choice. I apologize, I've got Bailey sitting here next to me, so if you happen to see or hear a dog moving around, he's sitting right next to me here. This stars Bruce Campbell, who is in all the things. If you are familiar with films at all, you probably know who Bruce Campbell is. This also stars David Carradine, who is in Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2. As well as Death Race 2000 and just a huge slew of other stuff. Very prolific actor. A little bit of trivia here. In the first few minutes of the film, there's a poster for Ken Russell's film Vampire, which never made it beyond the script. There's quite a few people in this that you may recognize, so definitely recommend it if you've never seen it. This is one of the Vestron Video Collectors series, so they do a nice job with those. I have a bunch of these I've been collecting as they've been coming out. They do a lot of really fun kind of genre film. Inside, there's no artwork. There's just, the case. It's the front is the same as the front, and then a digital copy of the film, which I'm hang on to for now. But anyway, moving on. Next up, we have the McPherson tape, which is arguably one of the first found footage films. I won't go as far to say as it's the first. It's very divisive as to whether that might be Cannibal Holocaust or something else, but this one is from 1989. It's also known as UFO Abduction. It is a very early one. Whether, like I said, whether you consider it the first or not, that remains to be seen. So the plot of this is that on a typical fall evening in 1983, a young man is videotaping his niece's 5th birthday party. And as the night progresses, strange occurrences takes place as he keeps the video camera running, recording the entire event. This is directed by Dean Aliotto, who did Alien Abduction Incident in Lake County and Portal from 2019. This stars Tommy Giovannici, who was in American Street Fighter and 7 Days to Kill. Both sound like titles that I need to check out. This is commonly known as the McPherson tape, which is technically incorrect. This is due to the true origin of the movie falling into obscurity when around the early 90s, a pirated version without the credits was widely circulated as authentic, which is actually how I originally saw it. My friend Dennis said, you need to check this out. And he put it in. We had been watching some Poloni Brothers movies, and ended up with this. So this film does not actually concern anyone named McPherson. It's about the fictional Van Hess family. The later remake, Alien Abduction Incident in Lake County, that I mentioned, does, however, feature a fictional McPherson family. The remake was originally titled The McPherson Tape before execs at UPN changed it. So many internet database mistakenly reused the two titles of the film interchangeably, and as a result, the distributor of the film's 2020 Blu-ray release opted to use the more widely known title, The McPherson Tape, which is why we have The McPherson Tape here. So this is an American Genre Film Archives release. It's a very fun little case here. Inside you've got the Blu-ray, and I apologize, I'm sitting kind of low here because of Bailey. And we have the original art there for that. If you've never seen this and you're a fan of the found footage genre, I do recommend that you check this out. It is kind of notorious and something that I feel like if you're a fan of that genre, you probably should check out at some point. Next up, we have Plague of the Zombies from 1966. Now, this film I had heard of, but I didn't really know the lineage of it. I didn't realize, one, that it was in color, two, that it was a prior to George Romero's Night of the Living Dead, and features undead zombies, which is kind of my bread and butter. So I feel kind of remiss that I didn't realize that at the time. But the Mad Bloods channel did a great review of this, and that's really what spotlighted it for me. And so hence their review, I decided I needed to pick it up. I found this copy used at Hidden Treasures, and they had a bunch of great stuff there. So if you're in the Rockford area, go check it out. There's a lot of really good stuff available there. But thank you to the Mad Bloods channel for this recommendation. I am very excited to check this out at some point. I've not had a chance as of yet. So the plot of this is that during a mysterious epidemic in a small Cornish village, the local doctor summons his professor for help, Professor Fred for help. This is directed by John Gilling, who did Blood Beast from Outer Space, The Mummy's Shroud, and the infamous The Reptile. This stars Andre Morel, who was in 3 episodes of Doctor Who from 1966 and was in the camp on Blood Island. Some trivia here: the film simultaneously with The Reptile in August and September of 65, using many of the same sets, most noticeably the main village set on the backlot at Bray Studios. So, like I said, this is used. I typically buy a lot of my stuff new. I guess you'd call me a snob. But this one I couldn't pass up. It's in great shape. It was a good price. Inside, you've got the same art there on the disc, and then you've got the alternate art that you can flip around if you would prefer that. This is a Shout Factory release, which I typically have the reversible sleeves to go with that. Now, while I was there, the other thing I opted to pick up at the time was Joe Dante's 1978 Piranha. This is about a flesh-eating piranha, well, a group of flesh-eating piranhas that are accidentally released into a summer resort's rivers. The guests become their next meal. So like I said, this is directed by Joe Dante, who did Gremlins, The Howling, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It stars Bradford Dillman, who was in Escape from Planet of the Apes. Not the best one, but a good one. The Enforcer, which if you've never seen it, you should check out, and Sudden Impact, which are both Dirty Harry films in that series. So definitely recommend those. A little bit of trivia here. Director Joe Dante once said that he and collaborator Roger Corman would submit this and other movies to the MPAA, make the suggested cuts to avoid an X rating, and then reinsert them before the film was distributed to theaters, since the MPAA didn't follow up once it had assigned final rating. Clever. So again, this was a used copy that I picked up at the exact same time from the Roger Corman Cult Classics collection. This is also a Shout Factory release. I'm not big on Shout Factory per se, but again, these are available. They're nice versions of it, and I couldn't pass it up. There's the interior alternate cover art. On the front, you've got basically the same thing as here. Now, the other thing this also includes is a fun little booklet, which we've talked about booklets on this channel before. But inside, we've got some information about this. There's Roger Corman, some stills, posters, and just really short, sweet, to the point, but a nice little extra to have in there. So if you get a chance and you've not seen Piranha, definitely check it out. There is a sequel called the Piranha 2. I want to say it's the Mutation, but I think that's Alligator 2. I don't remember, but I haven't seen it yet. It is on my list. Next up, we have The Howling from 1981, which if you remember a previous unboxing video from Vinegar Syndrome, The Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf, was put out as one of their subscriber releases. So I had to go back at the original. Basic plot of this is that after a near deadly encounter with a serial killer, a television newswoman is sent to a remote mountain resort where residents may not be what they seem. This was directed by, again, Joe Dante, who did Piranha 1978 and Gremlins that we just previously mentioned. This stars Dee Wallace, who was in Halloween 2007 and Three from Hell, both Rob Zombie films, as well as Red Christmas, which is a Christmas film that if you've not seen it, check it out at some point. It is definitely an acquired taste, though. A little bit of trivia here. Rick Baker was originally set to do the special effects for the movie, but he left due to going on American Werewolf in London, which left the effects job for the movie to be in the hands of assistant Rob Bottin. Both this movie and American Werewolf were released the same year and both received praise for their makeup work. Now, Rob Bottin, if you're not familiar, just watch the remake of The Thing, the John Carpenter one, and you will see that Rob Bottin is not somebody to be messed with in terms of special effects. He is an amazing artist. So we've got basic information there on the back about the film. Inside, we have the same cover on this that we have on the Blu-ray, and then we have the reversible cover art. Again, this is a Shout Factory release, and I had not seen it until recently when a friend of mine, we have Monday movie nights every couple of weeks, we watched Howling 3, the marsupials, and that movie is off the hook. That is such a good movie in the worst way possible. And so prior to that, Mrs. Newlydead and I decided we needed to watch the original, so we watched parts 1 and 2 before ending up going to see part 3. So the final thing we've got here this week is a box set, and I am a huge fan of the movie Crypt, which is Joe Lynch and Adam Green's podcast. It's been going on for decades now, and it is one of my favorite things to listen to during the day. If you've not checked it out, it's fantastic. I'm on their Patreon, and I've been a fan since I saw, Hatchet, maybe even Spiral, I don't know, sometime around 2012. Holliston was a big thing for me as well. I've got most of both of their films on the shelf somewhere. But so anyway, he recently released, finally, a Blu-ray steelbook of the Hatchet films. Got a little thing here that tells you about the films. So Hatchet, from 2006, when a group of tourists in a New Orleans haunted swamp find themselves stranded in the wilderness, their evening of fun and spooks turns into a horrific nightmare with this guy, Victor Crowley. So it's directed, like I said, by Adam Green, who did Coffee and Donuts. That was his first full-length film. He also did the Holliston TV show. The stars Kane Hodder, who was in the Friday the 13th franchises for parts 6 through 10. A little bit of trivia here. When actor Joel David Moore vomits on screen, it's real. Director Adam Green did not want the actors spitting out fake vomit like most movies do. Though Moore managed to throw up on his own for the first take, he was supplied with a mixture of cold clam chowder and orange juice for the second take. So we've got also Hatchet 2 from 2010. Mary Beth escapes the clutches of the Bayou butcher Victor Crowley, spoiler, and returns to the swamp with an army of hunters and gunmen, determined to end Crowley's reign of terror once and for all. This is, again, directed by Adam Green, who did Frozen. That's what a lot of people know him for. The stars Tony Todd, rest in peace, who was in the Candyman franchise, the first 3 films, as well as the remake. Amazing, super nice guy. He's been on the show a lot. They were friends, and he definitely will be missed. A little bit of trivia here. The character Parker O'Neill from Adam Green's movie Frozen is seen briefly on a television in Reverend Zombie voodoo shop speaking to news cameras about her lawsuit and settlement against the ski mountain from the film Frozen. So Hatchet 3 is from 2013. So in search and recovery team heads to the haunted swamp to pick up the pieces, and Mary Beth learns the secret to ending the voodoo curse that has left Victor Crowley haunting and terrorizing Honey Island Swamp for decades. Again, Adam Green directed, who did Chillerama, the anthology film, which if you've not seen, it's a lot of fun, but it is pretty gross. Stars Danielle Harris from Halloween 4 and 5 and the original series, and then Halloween's 1 and 2, the reboots, Rob Zombie. So a little bit of trivia here. If you watch all 3 Hatchet movies in a row without opening and end credits, it would be one interrupted storyline revolving around just a few days. And finally on the set, we have Victor Crowley from 2017. 10 years after the events of the original film, Victor Crowley is mistakenly resurrected and proceeds to kill once more. This is again directed by Adam Green, who did Digging Up the Marrow mockumentary, which you've not seen it, check it out. This stars Tyler Mane, who was in the Halloween reboots, part 1 and 2. He was in Sabretooth of some of the X-Men, Wolverine, Deadpool films. This also stars Felissa Rose, the wonderful Felissa Rose, who was in Sleepaway Camp, and she was in the cameo that I got for my wife for our anniversary. So a little trivia here. The little girl's voice explaining the legend of Victor Crowley in the opening of the film is actually actress Felissa Rose's daughter, Lola. Fun little bit of trivia there. So, like I said, this is a steelbook. It's very nicely done. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of dark, but I have my face there. Inside, we have all the films. Now, the only thing I don't like about this set is that all the films are stacked. There's 4 discs with the 4 films, and there's an extra disc, just a bonus feature. So there's 5 discs in these 2 holders, and I'm a little hesitant to take them off because I don't want to damage them, and they're not always easy to get back on. So look it up online. You can check out the artwork if you're interested. I apologize. I just, you know how it is, I think. So anyway, that is it for this unboxing video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, like, share, and subscribe. We would love to grow the channel, and we appreciate the help. Tell your friends, family, tell your enemies. I don't care. Anybody that'll listen. So that is it. So until next time, remember that tomorrow is not guaranteed, so don't forget to unbox your heart. I'll see you soon.
Should be done, you see, between the real and the unreal. The dead might be looking in. Halloween, the festival of Samhain. Happy Halloween.